I say, hello there, old bean. Jerry Thomas here with something of a mid-season update. Though truthfully, we're over halfway through and closer to the end than the beginning. Anyway, my point is, last night I received a telephone call from our fearless leader Terry, who requested my presence at his Clapham residence immediately to personally update me on a couple of the cases featured in the show so far. And firstly, it seems that the crisis in Tipperary has finally been averted, at least for now anyway, as our resident simulation detective Mr. Elvis Constantine managed to successfully close what has been described as, and I quote, a tear in the fabric of our universe leading to the other side of the simulation. So well done, Elvis, for doing such a marvellous job. I look forward to reading your report and seeing you very soon, old chap. Now then, the second item on the agenda is an update on the Rudloe situation, something I know many of you are concerned about. And for this, we're going over now to Mr. Patrick Moorcroft, Somerset's leading ufologist.
Once again, and as always, thank you, Jerry. Hello, Patrick Moorcroft here, putting the oh my into astronomy. You see, there's an oh my at the end. And oh my is something that one might say when confronted with a new truth that they had not previously pondered, perhaps. You see? Humour. Anyway, I'm here with an update on the ongoing situation at Rudloe Manor. Now, you may recall from a previous episode, a viewer known only as Mr. X had planned on popping himself over the fence, so to speak, in an attempt to uncover the mysteries within this infamous military establishment. Well, Mr. X has finally been released by the authorities, and after almost 3 weeks of incarceration, I managed to catch up with him in his hometown of Dorking, where I spent several days going over the details of his experience. And dear viewer, what a wealth of intel we now have, along with all manner of questions, you see? Humour. As you probably know, Rudloe Manor itself is not only famous for the UFO encounters, but also it's situated above a complex natural cave system, one that has been expanded upon many times over the centuries. But this new activity has raised a whole set of new questions, especially when we saw this photograph, snapped by Mr. X himself, which he managed to upload to the cloud moments before his capture, and about which we'll have more updates in the coming months. Lucky really, because they destroyed all of his equipment upon his capture. But for now, let me assure you that Mr. X is perfectly alright, a little shaken maybe by the whole experience, but ready to get back to the proverbial saddle and continue the good fight. Anyway, back to you, Jerry.
Thanks for that, Patrick. Lots to digest there, old chap. And from what I understand, Terry was so impressed by Mr. X and his work in the field that he's asked him to lend his considerable knowledge and expertise to our cause by doing some freelance work for us. And Mr. X has agreed, though he did make a point of saying that he wouldn't be joining our organisation full-time due to his numerous other commitments. But either way, Terry wanted me to officially welcome you to the family. And finally, if you've been worrying about poor Cosmo and Trevor from right back at the start of this season, then fear no more, as after a thorough investigation, it turns out that the whole thing was just a silly misunderstanding. Too many late nights and not enough sleep if you ask me. Anyway, thanks once again to Mrs. Margaret Mumford, truth seeker extraordinaire, for managing to get to the bottom of things. And I understand she even encouraged Trevor to seek some medical attention for his condition. So good luck with that, Trevor. Right, next week we're back to the usual format, but for now, well, the truth is I have a prior arrangement to meet a young lady in Hemel Hempstead, and as you know, It's terribly bad form to be late. So, until next time, it's Toolpip from me and ta-ta from the Truth Seeker.